What it is, y'all? We here.
Yep, we're back. hmm Yep, Saturday Night Live. America, it's us two men again. Well, let's begin the mantra. The revelation of the divine spark through the power, force, might, and will of the great nothingness of the almighty powers, of the great nothingness of almighty flow, the great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible light from which comes the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into realization, actualization, and form as we all now will and commanded to be. Now, being and becoming an active force of higher consciousness, an active force of infinite intelligence within us all now. Being and becoming the great primordial dragon god sun Kundalini flames now whirling and ascending up our spines from our root chakra to our central heart chakra and on up to our royal crown chakra, igniting our royal crown chakra, illuminating our first eye, our Lord Aminel Dragra, our hidden priestly Grandmaster Magi, Dragon God, Sun King, and Queens, igniting all of the 72 chakras in our first eye, our 72 primordial Dragon God, Sun Kings, and Queens, and all of our legions of 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 armies 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 of armies. Now, willing all of the forces, all of the elements, all of the essences, all of the dark matter, all of the dark energy ruling the entire omniverse, earth, physical and spiritual matrix, and heavenlies into being and becoming all of our will servants, serving all of our wills, objectives, intentions, and desires, crystallizing them all into realization, actualization, and form as we are now will and commanded to be. Now, coming down as the supernal energy that we need now to overcome and defeat all of the obstacles in our way, completely dissolving all of our problems, worries, lack, and fears into complete nothingness. Now, manifesting into our lives as all of the substance that we need to rebuild our lives into the proper order and law that we will command and desire our lives to be as we all completely affirm the positive abundance in the absolute all as an eachness of oneness in the absolute all. Now, manifesting into our lives as divine love, perfect health, vitality, the abundance of prosperity in the absolute all, enriching our lives and the lives of all that is around us, while protecting us from the evil of human thoughts and deeds, neutralizing all of our enemies, bringing all out war, judgment, death, and total destruction upon the evil of the soulless counterfeit spirits, the robots and ignorant walking dead automatons and their Lord and God, the demiurge, and its archonic forces, enslaving and feeding off of the divine spark, the Kundalini race, and all of the entities and deities aligned against us, enslaving us in grotesque matter to be reborn, live, suffer, and die over and over and over until now, as it is our time to rise up to conscious unity as they all fall. As all out war, judgment, death, and destruction is upon them all, as we all now will and commanded to be through the power, force, might, and will of the great nothingness of the almighty powers of the great nothingness of almighty flow, the great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible light from which comes the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into realization, actualization, and form as We are now willing commanded to be. Abracadabra, Ashe.
Presto changer.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Crown chakra day libations. Ain, the nothingness, Ashe. Ain soft, the infinite, Ashe. Ain soft or, the infinite light, Ashe. Adam Catman, Atik Yaman, the ancient of ancient, the most ancient of days. I recamp the big face, the primordial Christ, Ashe. Absolute emanations, the supernal holy universe manifesting as our holy divine infinite magical names, the cosmic Christ, Ashe, the great abyss of Gnosis, the crown of Zerampin, the small face, the indwelling Christ, Ashe. Berea, form, creation, and paradise manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical dark archangels and demons within us, Ashe. Yetzirah, formation manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical orders of dark angels and demons, Ashe. Ashia, the actual physical world in the making, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical earthly kingdom, Ashe. Yeshida, the holy divine infinite magical sparks, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical will, Ashe. Heya, the holy divine infinite magical life force, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical desire, Ashe. Neshama, our holy divine infinite magical heavenly soul, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical heavenly thoughts, Ashe. Ruach, our holy divine infinite magical soul in spirit, manifesting in us as our holy divine infinite magical words spoken through us, Ashe.
Ashe.
Nephi, our holy divine infinite magical earthly soul, manifesting into realization, actualization, and form as we are now willing commanded to be, Ashe.
Ashe.
Kether, the crown, Ashe. Hakma,
Ashe.
wisdom, the supernal father, Ashe. Bana, understanding and intelligence, the supernal mother, Ashe. Da, the great abyss of gnosis, Ashe. Hesed, mercy, Ashe. Gavora, judgment, Ashe.
Ashe.
Tiferet, beauty, Ashe. Netzik, victory, Ashe. Ha,
Ashe.
glory, Ashe. Yesod, the foundation, Ashe. Malkut, the kingdom, Ashe. The
Ashe.
power, force, might, and will of the great nothingness of the almighty powers, of the great nothingness of almighty flow, the great nothingness of infinite beingness, of infinite, endless, limitless, invisible light from which comes the absolute all that was, all that is, and all that is being and becoming realized into realization, actualization, and form as we are now willing commanded to be. Abracadabra, Ashe.
Ashe. Order out of chaos being. Ashe.
Ashe.
Isis. Ashe.
Ashe.
Empress. Ashe.
Ashe.
Destiny. Ashe.
Ashe.
Cyrus. Ashe.
Ashe.
Tyler. Ashe.
Ashe.
Uh, Dewana. Ashe.
Ashe.
The Orisha spirits. Ashe.
Ashe.
Uh, uh, Beyond God. Ashe.
Ashe.
Isis. Ashe.
Ashe.
Primordial gods and the newer gods. Ashe.
Ashe.
To all gods known and unknown, all goddesses known and unknown. Ashe.
Ashe. Well, we made it through all these solar storms, man. Shit, this like the sunspots that we just encountered. They say was almost no different from the one that happened during the Carrington event when that shit pretty much rocked the whole planet. But we weren't as technologically advanced then as we are now. The major technology they had then was the telegraph machine, and those things went off the hook. Those fuckers was working when they were unplugged, but um, we kind of dodged the bullet. But this is only the beginning. Those sunspots are coming back around again in 2 weeks, and we're gonna have more storms all the way shit for the rest of the year. So we're going to be getting hit with so much radiation, coronal mass ejections. I wouldn't advise people to fly on airplanes during the time of this solar activity because you're absorbing so much radiation up there. And shit, you never know if we get hit with that right one, those motherfuckers ain't gonna work no more. 30,000 feet in the air, and the electronics is completely fried. But then again, you don't have to worry about nothing else after that because all your worries are over.
You don't have to worry about nothing now, man. This is all
Well,
bullshit. But at the end
well,
of the day, listen. At the end of
mm-hmm.
the day, the physics of this world is different now. So it's changing the energy. As the energy changes, the it shifts in the mass. The matter is shifting with the same energy. So it's like you have to consider that we are in a new morphic field at this point.
Yeah,
We're in a new one.
I think we shifted a long time ago,
Oh
and
yeah,
now
no doubt. I
we're
mean,
feeling
of
to
course.
manifest. Now it's beginning to manifest itself, while the old paradigm is starting to unmanifest.
Well, we becoming more conscious of it. That's what's happening.
Yeah, we're becoming more. It already happened. We're
Time
no
was
longer.
not what man was, when what man was not. If a time comes when man was not, a time will come when man will not be. So it's meaning that we was here from the beginning. We're going to be here at the end, and it's not when I'm saying we. I'm talking about the divine spark,
Hmm.
and it's like, what are we worried about?
Really, yeah. There's really nothing. The only thing, I mean, just dealing with what appears to be the third dimensional world. But then again, at the same token, it's
If that
breaking down.
world is, if that world is becoming more, if that world is becoming more clearer and more vivid on what it actually is, that's a good thing.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
The delusion of delusion is coming apart, and that's very positive towards our evolution, our spiritual evolution.
Hmm.
And this is what's
Yeah.
happening. We're evolving, bro, and that's simple as that.
Yeah. Well,
Spiritual evolution, not to be mistaken with biological evolution.
I think they're both. I think they're both evolving. While at the same token, though, there is still a part of us
Well, the
that
physical
is,
world, matter is shifting to a new optic or a higher optic, right?
yeah,
So,
to still be to be a vehicle for this higher spiritual entity to get around in, because all regardless if we go to a higher dimension, there's still going to be some form of matter and energy will always be. There will always be. So there's a form of matter in the astral realm, the mental realm, and until you get to like Atma, then there's no physical matter. I mean, there's no body.
well, physical matter really don't matter when you evolved and you understand and master over the
Well,
multi-dimensional aspect of who you are. You are multi-dimensional, so
hmm
the matter don't matter.
well, you said physical matter. See, there's matter beyond physical matter.
Well, that
Beyond,
matter don't matter either. Once you master yourself,
yeah, that's true too. You master the matter.
because
Mastering existence.
all matter is a byproduct of the divine spark or the primal forces of the universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
one precedes the other. So you can't be you can't be dictated by the offsprings.
No, no, you're not supposed to. But see, in the universe that we're coming out of, that was the demiurge, the third and fourth dimension. That's the demiurge, and
The difference between the matter that we was in and the matter that we're going in is that it's instantaneously created when you because right this is why people are confused right now. They don't understand that whatever you think right now is a thing. It's going to manifest itself. So you got to
Mhm.
master your mind right now. See,
Yeah,
this is the thing. People, when I'm saying this, they're going to say, oh, you're speaking pseudoscience. Well, pseudoscience is science too. But at the same time, when I'm talking about everything you're going to manifest as you thinking that I'm thinking manifest exactly your reference point that you have now and things based on your reference point. And I'm not talking about things based on your reference point. I'm talking about things based on a higher optic of matter. It's going to a higher level. When I'm saying the matter that we're in now, I mean that we coming out of is not
hmm
the same matter. It's not.
yeah,
It's a
I
higher
know.
optic on that conception.
hmm
You
Yes,
know what I'm saying?
smarter matter. We're coming out of dumb matter.
Right.
Yeah, we're moving into a smarter
And
matter.
that's only because we're growing in our consciousness because the matter is going to change based on our minds changing
Mm-hmm.
because it's
Yeah.
mind over matter.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah, the whole
It's
terrain
going
is going
to
to
shift
change.
based on our spiritual evolution and our mind mastery. You must master your mind. You don't master your mind, you're going to be at the whim of any other entity out here that are enslaving you through your mental.
Yeah, you got to do your shadow work.
Right,
Yeah,
right. Because
shadow
there,
work.
if you notice, intuition is popping in right now. It's more like we're shifting out of intellect into intuition right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
You think of a person, next thing you know, they call you.
Right, right. Telepathics, right? All these
Mm-hmm.
different six senses, they coming online right now.
Yeah, and there's other senses that we don't even know about.
Right. So this is what I mean about the reference point that we've been orientated in three dimensions. That
Is
reference points has to be reorientated, recalibrated. We have to
yeah.
reset our thinking again.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely must come out of the old paradigm
Right.
because we've already shifted. We've
Yes.
already shifted.
So none of what our mind had manifested then is what our
hmm
mind is manifesting now.
We we're like at the point now where we really don't, unless you're still referencing everything that you want or trying to manifest on the third density level. You're manifesting the mist now because now we're no longer in that paradigm. So
Well, if your intentions are materialistic, superficial, shallow, and without substance, then that matter is over with,
yeah,
right?
now
The matter that we're going into now is a matter where you're going to create these monoliths. We're going to create all of the stuff that's in our mind that's impossible here.
hmm Yeah, we'd be able to create cities, kingdoms with our mind
Free
using.
energy. Free energy was thought of as impossible, but it's impossible now. We have the means
No,
for this.
it's always been possible. We
Exactly,
just
but we've been. I'm telling you, this.
do.
You saying the
We've been
same
duped.
thing. It's just how our
Yeah.
minds have had to evolve. Our spirit had to evolve to recognize it was already there. We hadn't opened that door yet. We opening the door. The doors are being opened.
No, we were dormant. No, we don't. We've been there. We've been here before already. We just went dormant.
Right. They were closed to us because we had
We
forgot.
got we got duped. We got
Yeah, we
duped.
got
We
forgot.
got
Yeah.
trapped. Light.
Yeah. These doors were
A bunch
closed
of
to us. Now the
there's a
doors are slamming wide open. And if you understand, look, this is what's so crazy. Go listen to 60s, all that 60s psychedelic music.
mm-hmm.
Listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because they were tapping in using whatever drug they were using,
Yeah.
right? From a mental level, what we're going into in the spirit world now. How
Yeah.
the spirit world and matter is going to be like one.
Mm-hmm.
Matter and spirit is going to almost be like one.
And the
And this
mental.
is psychedelic. This is like a psychedelic thought. Think of psychedelics. That's the world we're going in. See, they was going there in drugs. We're literally going there now.
Yeah, I've had a dream where I woke up one morning and I walked outside and we had a psychedelic sky.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, with the shit that's going on with the sun right now, I mean, you can wake no telling what we're gonna see when we wake up one morning.
The sun is evolving too.
Yeah, it's
The sun is
evolving
going to its next level of its existence.
because it's being stimulated by a greater sun. There's a sun behind our sun, a greater sun behind this sun.
And we
That's
weren't even able to
stimulating
see
this
that
sun.
sun or the multiple suns. There are multiple suns out there now.
Yeah, and now
I mean,
we're
we know that all the what we calling stars are actual suns,
hmm
right? We call them stars because of our purview. No, them are suns up there.
yeah,
Those
those
are
are
suns.
suns. Yeah, I mean, and see, they're saying like as we're shifting out of like the northern star is no longer going to be Draco's, is going to be Polaris, and in this, so when Polaris become the northern star, all the dimensions we collide completely. They just comply.
Listen,
Uh,
this deep because the whole Moorish paradigm actually coincides with this evolution, bro. Because
mhm,
what's going to be revealed from the Moorish paradigm is helping the shift, right?
mhm.
People are still not. I'm. This is why I swear I was meant. It was meant for me to go to these classes to know what I know now. Why? Because I I feel I've been put here on a spiritual journey or a spiritual mission to
Hmm.
be able to explain these sophisticated concepts, right? To articulate some certain sophisticated. As a matter of fact, today was the Moorish birthright claim and political unity conference today. That was today. The Moorish birthright claim and political unity conference is today. Groundbreaking, historic, right? Even though it's not popular, this world have like if you are in the popular world with popular, you just don't get it. You just don't fucking get it. You're gonna be in the raft. You're gonna be in the raft if you follow stuff based on its popularity, right? Because the grassroots things literally happen from its minuscule level. That's how everything happens in this world. It happens from a minuscule level. The seed, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is what we're doing right now. It's
But
like the harvesting of a concept, a thought, which is a seed. That shit is not happening in a period of time no more. That shit has happened instantaneously, but we're still under linear mindset, so it seems like it's going slower. No,
but
everything is speeded up right now.
but check this out. Yesterday, the Vatican held a press conference on apparitions and other supernatural phenomenons. They okay, they had this conference. They're trying to set the narrative themselves on what's going to happen or what's happening.
Going back to what I was just saying, we're bringing back these old ancient spirits, bro.
Hmm.
We're bringing
And
it back. We're
they
bringing it
know
back to now. So the disruption of that to the spirit that they were trying to manifest, they were provoking the whole time. Those spirits are at battle in the spirit world right now,
that. Hmm.
right? So these spirits that we bringing back with the Moorish paradigm are the dominant ones. Those were the Phoenix Moors and the Dragon Moors.
Yeah, well, now these dimensions are crashing into each other. The third into the fourth and fifth and sixth
Right,
or
right,
whatever.
right.
We're all
Hey,
crashing
look.
in.
Oh, did you watch it? Did you watch the
What?
last? Did you watch the last Justice League? Justice League. It was
Oh, I went on there. I went on it. I haven't watched it. I watched like
because they
um,
talking about what you just said. All of
yeah,
these worlds came together,
yeah. Well, that's what's
and the
happening
and the
now.
and the web of the Spider-Man multiverse.
Yeah, well, see,
The same
that's
thing.
they're getting us ready for what's happened, what's really happening. This is really these worlds are coming together. I've had dreams of this.
Imagine
I've been
this. Do you think? Look, do you think that some of these people are being possessed by these spirits, and they're ushering in these movies, these shows? I believe this is what I believe, brother. I
hmm
believe script writers have
hmm
been possessed by ancient spirits,
hmm
and they are bringing forth certain intentions that were meant to be here at this particular time. It's about prophecy too,
Yeah,
right? It's
they
a
have
particular
you.
time. We time this shit so thoroughly. We are masters of. We are like multiverse cosmonauts and shit with this shit, right?
Well,
And
we've
going
been
through,
on. Well,
huh?
like you said, there's never been a time that man wasn't. So
Right.
we
We've been doing
entered.
this. We've been doing this.
We've
We've
been
been
doing
doing
this.
this.
We
Right.
know.
So
We
they timed
know.
this shit just right, bro.
Yeah.
They timed
Yeah.
this shit just right. Our
Yeah. So that
ancestors
means if
ain't
there
no
was
joke,
no
man.
time that we wasn't, and there'll never be a time that we ain't,
Our
then
ancestors ain't no joke.
yeah, the future that we going into is an old past we've been through.
Yes. Woo! Yeah. Woo! This shit is deep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
Wow.
see, but truly to bring true change, you can't the change that will completely reshape the entire universe. You can't go and get substance that from the universe to do that because the universe is going to fight you. You got to go outside to the universe, to the primordial universe, to the primordial
What?
beginning, and recharge from there and bring that over. And that will be the substance that will overthrow this universe.
Right. Right.
The substance that overthrow this universe is not going to be from this universe. It's going to be from somewhere
Ooh.
else.
And it says it in every damn religion too. It's gonna be some divine entity or some divine force
but it's us down here.
Yes, it is. That's the
Yeah.
only way it can That's the only way it can operate through in this world is through
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, because the angels up high said, man down low says God is up high, but the angels up high said the God that you say is up high is down
Woohoo! Yes.
in
Thank
man.
you. Thank you. Why you think the gods pay so much attention to us?
Because they need us, because we're the last hope for their universe. Without us, there's no them.
Yes, you're right. You're right. You are right. You are freaking right.
Because and
And
see,
vice versa though, and vice versa,
yeah,
right?
well,
To an extent, because the mother, we'll just go back to the mother once they don't exist.
hmm
We'll just go back to the mother. Right? We gonna exist with the mother.
yeah, I'm the son of the mother. I don't have. I'm not the son of the father. I am the father
Right. That part.
and the
That
son.
part. That part. That part. That
I'm
part.
the son and the father
Right.
and the son of the mother, the great mother.
That's why that whole look, the divine spawn.
hmm
You remember? You seen it?
Yeah, I'm the one that hooked you up.
Exactly. The divine spawn. That was a prophecy too. That was
Yeah,
illustrating the prophecy.
yeah. See, it
Like the
was he
divine
got hooked up
spawn.
through
Y'all
the.
gotta go watch
He,
the divine spawn.
yeah, he didn't get hooked up through the father. He got hooked up through the mother, the
Right,
great mother.
right, right.
Yeah,
Because wow, that shit was dope. How
yeah. She raised him
the
up to
primal
take.
mother shut shit down.
Yeah,
She came and shut shit down.
yeah,
You know what I'm
and,
saying?
and yeah, and then and not only that, but she manifested down here as many different entities, and in that show, in the series, they said she manifested as Christ, as Jesus,
Mm,
and
mm,
yeah, she
right,
manifested as a
right,
lot of different um, entities or certain people, but
right.
to try to because she was trying to change her two sons, God and Satan. They
Mm-hmm.
were her two
Mm-hmm.
sons too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But she
Right,
said, out of
right,
all of her children, out of all the gods she created or birthed, those two were the most fucked up ones.
right, right,
So her plan was to replace them,
right, right,
and she had to do it through one of us.
right.
hmm And
But
it
I'm
was
thinking
fine with
now,
the
I'm
brother.
thinking like in the primal realm where the primal mother dwells, right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a whole nother realm in itself.
Whole nother realm. That's the realm you have to go back to get
That's the
the
source
true.
realm where
Yeah,
everything, the source of all existence
yeah. Uh-huh. The
and the nothingness.
ain't soft door. That's why I don't fuck with the father, the son, no, that ain't shit.
That's some homosexual shit, man.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
If they leave out the mother, man. If you leaving
Yeah.
out the mother, that's some homosexual shit.
Well, they call her the Holy Spirit.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Y'all better
They
you
can't
better include the
completely.
mother. You
They
better
can't
include the
complete.
mother or as non cipher.
Yeah, yeah, they had. See, even the Pope know better. He don't pray to Jesus. He prayed to to the Holy Mother.
Yeah, right,
Yeah, yeah. And when he passed by her statue, every time he have to kiss her hand.
right.
He has to bow down to her.
I got a song called Goddess. It's called Goddess. It's While you worship the gods, I'd rather worship the goddess.
Mm-hmm.
While you
Mm-hmm.
worship the God, I'd rather worship the goddess. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So,
The
huh?
one way, the only way I can worship the goddess, the one way it's worshiping the goddess is when you find the physical incarnation of her down here,
Yeah.
and you join with the woman. That's how you worship the goddess, by treating your
True.
woman, being the
True.
right man for your woman.
True. True
That's how
indeed.
you worship the goddess. If
True
you're not
indeed.
treating your woman right, you're not being true to the goddess.
You're right. Most uh, of this society has gotten man programmed with a matriarchy thinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone is out of balance with this, even women in the society. Um,
Yep. Yeah.
we have to realize that we're complementary. We are not the same. We are complementary, and our energies. Like for example, we are more. We as men, we are more in tune with the manifestation, right? The woman, she's more in tune with the source energy of the manifestation. That's why she has intuitiveness.
Well.
She's supposed to be a spiritual guide,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we supposed to be like a guide of this physical world, right?
Now,
In a protection of this on this physical level.
yeah, we are the masculine aspect of the feminine. We're here to protect her. We're her protectors. And but here's the thing, though, what you just said, she's a different apparatus. We're in the manifesting. She's the source of manifesting. So when man and woman come together in an act of love, and then at that point of in the orgasm, that when you have that the explosion, most people, they have their explosion down low in the root chakra.
Yeah,
It stays down there.
right.
So it's in hell. Okay. And then they conceive a child. Then you have a root chakra child. Okay. But
Mm,
when you bring the energy up to the
yeah,
crown chakra
right.
and to the first eye, you both go to a whole nother level. You go to the God realm together.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then you can manifest from there. She'll be the source that you can use to manifest the great things
Yeah,
into.
you bringing basically you're bringing souls from that world, and opposed to
Yeah,
bringing souls from the lower realms.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And you bring in and you're manifesting from the higher realm instead of manifesting from down there.
Right.
Some people manifest from down here.
Yeah.
And now when they
Right.
inverted everything and
But
they got the
they have a
crown.
concept called tantra sex that supports what you're saying, right? Because tantra sex, it
Mm-hmm.
talks about how to align the man and woman chakra so that they can produce certain outcomes in their sexual acts. This is what sex is really totally for. It's
It's
just
traumatic.
pleasurable. It's just pleasurable so that we can do it more and manifest this higher vibrational outcomes.
Yeah, yeah, because you have the right black woman and black man making love right now in a
Oh
true
my
act of
God,
love.
that's like woo, you're right.
That can destroy this
That's like the
place.
highest practice right now. That's
Yeah,
the highest practice you can be engaging in because
that's
that's
why
like
they
the
want this transgender, this homosexuality.
that's
They want,
exactly why they're pushing that.
yeah,
Because we just said it right now. The
hmm,
highest practice you can be engaging in is a man and a woman going higher level evolution through sex.
yeah, from the
Spiritual
heart
evolution
chakra.
through sex.
Yeah, from using in the God frequency,
Right.
or the dog. No, the dog God frequency. The
Yes.
from okay from the destroyer operator generator. That's the dog, and then generator operator destroyer. That's the God. The God.
Yes.
The
Yes.
dog God.
Because we have both of those polarities. We have both of those polarities in us. We just
Hmm.
what vibration are you or what frequency are you vibrating and what polarity are you vibrating? It has everything to do with the frequency that you're vibrating in. You know what I'm saying? Because you got
Hmm.
both of those polarities.
Yeah, we the God dogs, man. From
Yeah.
generator operator destroyer operator generator. The God dog.
Keep talking
Shit.
and hold on my phone ring. Keep talking.
Yeah. So Yeah. So now, man, where we're at right now, it's a miracle that everything has made it as far as we have gone. I mean, it's a miracle. I was expecting this whole paradigm to fall apart a long time ago. Shit, I thought it was going to happen in 2008, 2009, 2010. But the fact that we made it as far as we did today, that was a miracle. But I think it was because we had to, so that the souls can be ready for what's here. Maybe we weren't ready then, but now we're more than ready. So I think what should have happened a long time ago is happening now. And this is a great time to be alive. A great time to be alive. Because we get to participate. We all get to participate in this event, whether you realize it or not. Whatever it is you're thinking, whatever it is you're manifesting, you're participating. You're a participant in this thing. You're bringing whatever it is you're manifesting. That's what you're bringing to the table.
Yeah, that's why it's important for you to check yourself, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you gotta do all the work needs to be done in your life to be a participant in this higher vibrational thing that we're doing, where we're going into a higher vibration. We're going into a higher optic of this existence. So
We're,
anything that you're doing in your thoughts has to be based in that higher optic, that higher vibrational journey we're on.
well, we're there. We're coming into the realization of it. And
Right,
as we
right,
come
right,
into
right,
the
right, right, right.
realization,
But that's part
then
of
we'll
it.
be,
That practice is part
yeah,
of that, part of fully and manifesting it, fully
yeah,
manifesting that
yeah.
vibration. Right?
We come
It's the
into complete
thoughts,
realization.
it's the feelings, it's the thoughts, it's your feeling, because you got to master your emotions. You got to
Mm-hmm.
master your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta realize your oneness with your spiritual self in the collective conscious, because that's what's more relevant right now. The collective conscious, right? Because when
Mm-hmm.
I said we're gonna start manifesting stuff, that's what I was talking about. The collective consciousness are gonna manifest things on a higher level, because that's more powerful than individual consciousness that is operating. But the collective consciousness is going to manifest things.
Yeah, the
And that's why it's
collective.
important for us to be in one accord. That's why it's important for what they're doing today in the Moorish birthright
Yeah.
claim and,
Mm-hmm.
and political unity. Politics starts in the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to realize where we operating in a political sense, and how that manifests into our physical practicalities in our world and stuff. Now we're coming to a more cognizance in our thinking from heaven down to earth, right? In our
Mm-hmm. And
spirit
from earth back to
vibrational
heaven.
experience from heaven down to earth, because that's the
And from
duality that we're bringing down, right? We're bringing heaven down to earth, right? And vice
mm-hmm.
versa, bringing earth up to heaven, right?
Yeah.
This is the
Mm-hmm.
process, right? This is the thought
Yeah.
process.
Well, the process of bringing earth to heaven, that's when you have the collision. That's the collision. The dimension collision.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
That means where on the tree of life, where Malkut is at the bottom of the tree, but Malkut will rise up and be where Doth is. Doth
Mm,
is under the supernal triangle, Kether, Hakma, and Bana, and then you have Doth, which is the abyss. But Earth, the Malkut will rise and be where the abyss is, and then go to another dimension,
mm,
and then will be on a tree in the next dimension. Be Malkut will be Kether in on this tree in this universe called Ashia. You have Ashia, Yetzirah, Berea. Okay, we're in Ashia. Okay, so when you go into the next realm, you use Doth to get out of this, out of Ashia, and Doth will take you to Yetzirah, and then Doth and Yetzirah become Yesod on the tree of life in the next in the universe of Yetzirah. Yesod is the tree above Malkut. Yeah, Malkut and then Yesod. And that's the reference for Yesod is the moon. But Doth in Ashia becomes Yesod and Yetzirah. And Doth and Yetzirah become Yesod and Berea. And then Doth and Berea become Yesod in the great abyss.
Right. These are all graduations, spiritual
Yeah.
graduations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this is how to navigate spiritually into the next world, into the higher selves and back down. Then pull energy down and pull energy up.
Right.
It's called
We'll be surprised how much. We'll be surprised how much that is our existence more than this humanity. That graduating, higher vibrational states of being, or higher vibrational states. You know what I'm saying? That actually takes something like how, for example, we think we sleep half our life. Half your life you sleeping.
Yeah, that means
so you in another world. You in another world. You're not
which
here.
Means we don't. Not here. We don't spend all our time here.
No.
We live somewhere else. We don't live here.
Bingo.
We just over here.
Bingo.
Taking a class.
Right. This is a class.
Yeah.
This is a dojo.
This is not our true residence. Yeah. Our parents sent us to college over here.
Right.
Set us up in the dorm and everything.
But that's crazy because Egypt basically was a university, right?
Yeah.
For higher spiritual guidance. The whole world came to Egypt.
That was
and you know what? That's what they call the Grand Lodge. You know that, right? Egypt was the Grand Lodge.
Yeah, well, I know that was from where Africa was where we ruled the planet. But Egypt set up the mystery schools, and the mystery schools were set up so that we could remember what we were forgetting. We were gods.
Right.
So when
everybody agreed that the pale skinned ones, we made them custodians for higher knowledge to transfer it to another apex of our time schedule on the prophecy being fulfilled, right?
We know,
and it's proven. It's like I was just thinking that one day, and I was like, what if the great secret was that we were the divine beings on the planet, and it started manifesting. I was like, damn, okay, so yeah, they have been giving custodial knowledge over even Morocco, bro. Who were giving custodianship over Morocco? France. It's for real. And the Sultan set it up to where, listen, the Sultan set it up to where they can't do nothing with the sovereign power except utilize it based on the treaty stipulated. They can, because France, right, this is what's actually started World War I and II. Because France had all of this maritime power. Where did they get all that maritime power? The Sultan did a deal with the Sultan to have them hold custodianship over that power. the France to have
I thought
custodial, huh?
I thought World War I and World War II was fought for the setup of the state of Israel. For the that was how the state of Israel was supposed to come into fruition.
That probably part of it. It was multifaceted, but this was a great aspect of it based on natural resources and how they was expanding maritime power, right?
Yeah, but see,
Maritime power
Germany.
in Europe had not been expanded. Germany was mad because they hadn't been extended some of that power. You know what I'm saying? France,
Mhm.
Spain, Britain, all these other countries have been expanded to be able to become a maritime state, right? And
But
that
at the
was
same
the
time,
way they look. The only way they was able to become a maritime state was because Morocco was in a dormant state because the Sultan had gotten to so much debt that he wanted the Morocco to still stay um, pure in its sovereign power. So he gave custodial power over to France, right? They don't have the power of Morocco. We
mhm.
do. That's our birthright.
Yeah, okay, but I still see though that most of that was set up so it they could set that state of Israel up. I mean, Albert Pike put that in his manifesto.
I mean, that was
He
not the
he
main
wrote a
reason, though. The
manifesto.
main that was you. I agree. I agree, but that wasn't the main reason. Of course, all that was set up. Hitler was behind that plan for real. Hitler was behind that plan.
Yeah,
You
Hitler
know what I'm
was the
saying?
Messiah for he was Israel's he was the Jews' Messiah. He was their Messiah in disguise. Without him, they never would have gotten over to where they were
Right. They wouldn't be able to. They
because
wouldn't be able to plead with the rest of the international community, which that was a setup in itself because the UN, the one actually authorized them being able to be called a state. That was the UN, and you got to follow the history of the UN, which was the Allied Nations, which are this is
it
a
was
global. This is globalization at its beginning. This is
yeah, but the UN
globalization
was
at its
back.
beginning.
Yeah, but also it was also backed by the U.S., the U.K., the Rothschilds, and a whole lot of other motherfuckers. The white pope, black pope, gray pope.
Right. This is go. This is what I'm saying. You got to pay attention to what I'm saying. UN
Mm-hmm.
began with the League of
Mm-hmm.
Nations. The League of
Mm-hmm.
Nations was the beginning of European globalization, but it wasn't the beginning. It wasn't the beginning, but it was another phase of
It
European
was an
globalization.
evolved. It
It was
evolved
another
into
phase
that.
of European globalization, right? And
Yeah.
what they did was because they had recognized that we have to have some type of political unity on a global scale. That's when the UN came out of, right? We have to have some type of cohesiveness. This is why. Do you notice that most of the BRICS countries were on the axis of evil at one time? Well, except Russia,
No,
because Russia wasn't in. They were neutral. Russia was
China was
neutral.
neutral too. China was
No, hell
well.
no.
They
They
were
was Japan. Oh, that
well.
was Japan.
China was that. No, that was China. Japan was an
Japan was
axis
one
of
part of the
evil.
axis of evil. Yeah, Japan
Yeah, but
was.
Japan is
They had joint
westernized
forces
now.
with Germany, huh?
Yeah,
You got to realize
Japan.
that China owned Japan at the time too.
Well, they were at war with one another.
Yeah,
No, Japan was fucking China up. I think
well,
Japan was
at
fucking.
one time militarily, but it was still they were fighting over land claims, right? They were fighting over that was supposed to be part of Japan. I mean China, right? And
No,
Japan was
China.
like, hell
No,
no,
Japan.
this is not part of China.
Oh no. Japan have their land claims with Russia. they have problems with land with Russia because there's these islands that are part of Japan and Russia, and they be fighting. They kind of like having disputes over that. Japan
Right,
is too
that too.
far
But
from
China
China.
too. China they have land disputes with China too. China claimed Japan at one time. That's what I'm trying to tell
No,
you.
they claim Taiwan. They claim China. Well, Taiwan. That was the people that lost the war against the communists. They fled to Taiwan. They fled to that island and became Taiwan. But in World War II, I think China and Japan they weren't getting along too well.
Well,
In
my
China,
point is, the Axis country seem to
those are not
be no
the
the
Axis
what you call
was
the Axis of
Germany.
evil.
Germany's
The
not
Axis
part
of
of
evil country.
BRICS. Germany, Italy, Japan, they not part of BRICS.
Oh no.
All the BRICS, no, all the BRICS countries were like countries that were colonized damn near, are because it's Brazil. They weren't a part of they weren't Brazil. Who the fuck were they doing in World War II? South Africa. Um, I mean, China wasn't part of the Axis. We weren't at war with China then, and we and Russia wasn't. Russia was being attacked by the evil axis of evil, Germany. No,
Right. They had
BRICS
disputes.
is the new
They had
axis of
disputes
evil.
with Russia over Poland, I
No,
guess.
what we're seeing manifest is the new axis of evil, if you want to call it that.
Or the other
But I'm
the other opposite of the Allied forces, basically. The other
yeah,
opposites.
you have a new polarity. You have a new
Right.
polarity. Yeah, we
Right.
have a new a new opposition against the Western forces, which now the Western forces are being forced to they're being forced. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I mean, everybody's in bed with everybody. Everybody on real estate in everybody else's country.
That's why it's a
It's kind of
false what they promote to us as and the general public in every country is a false. They're putting up a false flag for us, for the general
hmm
public. But behind closed doors, there's something else going on for sure.
yeah.
There's
We're
something
the
else
farm
going on,
animals.
and they're basically manufacturing most of the conflicts that we see today. They're manufacturing them,
Yeah,
and they're
they are,
basically creating them, right?
except for the things that
They have their agenda because they have their agenda, and they manufacture conflicts, and then that is a part of their agenda. They can sway the people, because the general public, through these different conflicts or these false flags. And this is how politics works in this world. They
well,
basically they create a cross. It's what you call the not Machiavellian the what you call that
I
shit
know what you can really say. They create a problem and come with the solution.
yes.
hmm Yeah,
So
they do that all the
they've
time.
been
The
operating
whole
like that, like
tactic.
you just said. All of these leaders, they talk to each other behind closed
hmm
doors. They're all elite. They're
Yeah, it's
all
like
of the elite. They're
yeah.
all the elite, right?
hmm
They're not like us. They feel like they're not like us. They're the elite.
Now there might be some in. There might be a little bit of infighting. There could be some infighting there.
Oh no, I'm not saying there's not no infighting.
Now, now the shit that's
They may
happening in
they fight amongst each other a lot, but I'm just saying they know
yeah,
how to secure the best interest. They know how to secure what's in the best interest of a higher agenda of some. If you ask me, I don't think they all in agreement with something or nothing, but they all have their higher agendas that they're trying to push
They
forward.
have
And it,
special interests amongst one another.
right, right.
Hmm.
And
The
sometimes
thing that
sometimes their interests aligns. Sometimes their interests don't align, and then they engage in espionage and they engage in COINTELPRO tactics and shit against each other,
hmm
right?
hmm
But at the end of the day, they still work with each other when it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They work with
in
each
certain
other
levels.
here and there.
Yeah, we could be at war with one another, but behind closed doors, they could have uh, bases in Antarctica where all the nations, all scientists from every
Right.
nation are
They have a
working
treaty together, and they all have a treaty together where that's a neutral land where they can't do. You know what I'm saying? They all have to
together.
go to engage in scientific innovation, not for world, but for the elite.
Yeah, for the elite,
Man,
for yeah,
they will bring scientists from every country into that area, and then do
hmm
some type of scientific experiment, and they won't let us know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they'll create all kind of new energies, all kind of technology, and they'll use it to enslave us, to better
Right. That's
enslave
why
us.
you can't tell. You can only the only thing you can tell by what they tell you on the news is decode it and tell you what they're actually doing. You got to look at what they're doing. They're saying in the news and decode it
Hmm.
and say, "Oh, this is what they're actually doing."
Yes, figure out,
You
is
got to
there any
decode
type
that.
of resources? Is there a political advantage here for somebody? Is whose interests?
Right.
Who?
That's how you can tell. That's how you can tell. You got to look at the
Yeah.
bigger scheme of things going on a global level. If you're looking at things, look,
Mm,
this is why I tell people, man, you're just domestic, which they encourage you to just be a domestic
a little domestic
servant,
animal,
a domestic servant animal. You can say
domestic
animal,
servant.
and not even
Yeah.
thinking about the global aspect of your world, right?
No,
I encourage you not to even
no. The
never
only
think
thing they
like
want
that.
you to think about.
Once you think the global aspect of your world, now you start seeing what's going on. Why is the city operating how it operates? Why is the state conducting itself politically in a certain state? Why is the federal government? You can see because look at global politics and see why they're doing what they're doing because it all trickles down.
Hmm, yeah. Right now, only
Yeah,
thing
get your
the
last word in,
commoner
brother.
know.
Get your last words in.
Oh yeah. Damn, I can't remember what I wanted to say. Well, again, man, we're having all these solar flares, and the energy is jumping off the chain. This shit is changing DNA, um, and we're on the verge of sometime this summer. They're going to pull the rug from under everybody's feet. Shit, get ready, man. Get ready. And then again, at the same token, nothing might not happen. It'll just be another day. We go right into 2025 and then 2026 and 2027, but I don't think so.
Well, I think there is going to be things that's going to happen that are going to be desperate, and we're going to have to get. So, cause that's why I have been getting ready for the past 20 years now. But
Hmm.
what I really encourage people to get ready with is get their spirit ready, get their emotions ready for what they're about to see. Get
Yeah,
your minds ready for what's happening really, right?
yeah,
Besides whatever they're talking about survival, whatever. I mean, that's gonna be when you evolve and recognize your higher spiritual journey here, and it's not really gonna be all about survival no more. It's not gonna
no,
be about survival no more. It's gonna be about
no.
more. It's gonna be more about spiritual evolution, right? Recognizing
Hmm.
your higher purpose.
Well, and maybe it's time for us to start shedding our cocoons. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
maybe it is. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, you're right. I agree.
Yeah,
That's what I'm.
this
Me
isn't
personally,
our final form.
I'm doing it through mental alchemy, right? Because
Mhm.
all of this emphasis and fear that people have for death, I have it no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
emphasis in this hard life, devil, whatever. It is what it is.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not a coping mechanism. That's me literally, maybe a coping mechanism, but it's really me trying to understand myself on a higher level and really doing this spiritual alchemy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you have to come
Mental
to the
alchemy.
realization. We've been around. We've incarnated many times, and we've transitioned many times. It won't be nothing new. It
Right,
shouldn't be something we make a big fuss. We should already mentally. We already have something prepared for ourselves on the other side. We just have to
right.
remember because
Like,
we spend more
like I
time.
said before, develop your macabre. If you develop your macabre, that's your multidimensional
Oh, that's your
vehicle
spaceship.
through the whole.
That's your
That's your
ride.
vehicle through the whole. That's your vehicle through the whole multiverse.
That's your spiritual G ride.
Right. Yeah, that's your
Yeah, I'll
spiritual
be
G
busting those
rod.
archives in my macabre.
That's your spiritual G rod. I couldn't say it no better. Hey, with that, we gotta go, brother. See y'all next week.
Okay, man. Next week. Bye bye.